Today, we're talking about yeast. Let's go. Hello and welcome back to the Homebrew Hobby channel. My name is Tim, and if this is your first time here, I am a simple homebrewer who figured he could maybe share some info. That's all there is to it. Today, I thought I would talk to you about yeast, one of my favorite homebrewing things. So for the fun of it, I went down into my beer fridge downstairs. Everyone is out of the house, the wife, the kids, so I have a few minutes to myself for once. So I thought I would go through what I have. I wasn't even 100% sure what I had myself. So let's start with this one. It's actually still in the cold pack that I received from OBK, Ontario Beer Kegs. Shout out, really awesome company. So that's a WLP 041, the Pacific Ale yeast. I have not used that one yet. Burton WLP 023. I've tried to use this one on 2 occasions prior to today, and both times did not work at all. My fault both times. So there you go. WLP 002 for that's the English ale for stouts. Haven't used that one, or if I have, it's been quite a while. WLP 530 Abbey ale. I use that one a lot for when I do my Belgian Lef Blonde clone. Works out really nice. Need to do a starter for that, especially when you're doing a 10-gallon like I do. So if you want to see what that's like, you'll have to check out my starter video, which I haven't actually done yet, but it's coming. So maybe take a chance, and there might be a card here one day. Voila. W yeast, which I always want to call Y yeast. So this is a Weihenstephan. So that's the 3068. I actually have 2 of these. Still haven't used them. I've got Belgian Saison 3724. If I'm not mistaken, I bought this one for a Belgian Saison, but then afterwards I was hesitant to use it because I read that there were a lot of issues. You had to keep it at a really, really specific temperature, and my temperature control is iffy as I don't have a fermentation chamber yet. 10084 Irish ale yeast. Haven't used that one yet. Gonna get around to it. If I remember, that might have been for a stout that I bought that one for. Don't remember. Okay, now let's see what else we have. I raided my yeast fridge downstairs. So these are Saf Brew WB06. These are Belgian wheat beer, but they're dry yeast, and I bought them figuring it would be easier to use than the White Labs. I don't remember which one it was. I was using a liquid yeast at the time, and I found it a pain to do a starter, so I bought these. At the same time, I decided to try T58, and I ended up going with that. I think it was the WLP 300 I was replacing. So I decided to go with these. Never used them yet. I use the T58 in all the time instead. Works out great. Let's see. EC1118. I got a whole pile of them. Ask me why. I don't know. All right, what do we got? What do we got? So some more WLP 530. Now you'll notice these are the old White Labs vials. So these, best before February 13th, 2015. It is now 2018 May. So fear not. Starter. I've started up yeast that was 2.5 years old before. You just got to be more patient with it. Instead of giving it like 4 or 5 days, you got to give it like 10 days, but it works. And Wallonia Farmhouse Ale. I used to live in Flanders, so right next door to Wallonia. Have not heard great things about this one, so we shall see. Moving on. Oh, well, it's like I grabbed the same bag again. A second Wallonia and a second Wallonia, second WLP 530. So actually this was a 550. So as you can see, I do a lot of Belgians. I lived in Belgium. Got a taste for Belgian. Make your jokes. Make them now. All right, so this is a quarter brick of US-05. So it's considerably cheaper to buy them this way if you can, rather than buying them in the little sachets. And all you do is you just weigh out 10 or 11 grams and you pitch. And this one bag costs, I don't know, like $12. And you probably get something like, I think it's 10 brews out of it. So the equivalent price is like 3 or 4 sachets of the 11 grams. So there you go. Do the math. Homebrew, cheaper. Oh, I got 2. So I have another US-05. This one's got even more in it. So I should probably put them together. Yeah, US-05 and US-05. So I got probably in sachets worth, I probably got about $30 worth between these 2 bags. So, yay me. I go through a lot of US-05. I like a good US-05. Cider yeast, WLP 775. I should probably have a second one of these because I bought 2 of them and I'm pretty sure I didn't go through either of them. Another Belgian. This is the wit, WLP 400. So when I said 300 earlier, I meant the 400. So this is the one that I pretty much replaced with the T58s in my wit. Oh, so there's the second cider yeast. So as you can see, I have a lot of vials. Let's see, best before October 13th, 2013. So it's a good thing I have a lot of DME. That's a yeast starter joke for, anyways. Okay, my SO4, that one's getting pretty low. I probably have at best 2 more brews left there. And I've got 2 little sachets here of T58, so I'm getting low on that one too. So that's, for me, that's essentially 1 brew because I do 2 carboys at a time. I do 10 gallons. And my last little bag here, Irish Ale, WLP 004, 2014. Yeast Bay Saison Blend. Yeast Bay Vermont Ale. And lastly, German Kolsch, WLP 029. Oh, a Czech Lager, WLP 802. I used the Kolsch once, and here's a second Czech, 2014. So there you go. That is my inventory. That was a quick video. So I'm curious if anyone else is like me, hoarding yeast. Yes, I do have a lot of wash downstairs. I was just too lazy to bring them out. Nobody wants to look at a bunch of mason jars. But yeah, I should probably start washing more often. Make your jokes. Make them now. But I don't tend to wash my yeast when I do like US-05, SO4s, T58s because of, this. However, if I were to do like one of these farmhouse or my Vermont ale, then yes, I would do a wash, given that these vials are about $10 each. So there you go. Quick video for today. For new watchers, do me a favor, subscribe, maybe give me a thumbs up. And if you've got a bigger collection than me, or you're just wowed by my collection, leave me a comment and let me know what you think. And I will see you later.